Okie dokie. Here we go. Right here, we're gonna go through the new dungeon on Conan Exiles UE5. What is it? Legacy of the Giant? Cyclopean Halls. You know what I'm talking about. Right here, we are in the main entry cavern. I cut out the first little bit where I actually came in here, but it's just a straight path to get to this main entrance here. So there's a lot of relic hunters, and do be careful because they are not your average relic hunter. These guys do a fair bit of damage. You'll see me check my player list a few times. We're playing on an official server PvP, so there's a little bit of shenanigans going on. Would not recommend doing this during raid time. There's a lot of valuables at stake. So here's the new thrall. It is the Treasure Seeker Blade Master. I've broken a few of these, tamed, whatever you want to call it. They start with 9 in each stat. They don't seem like anything too crazy. They start with a good about a few thousand HP at level 0, so that's okay. We looted one of those little silver chests. There's going to be a few of those throughout this dungeon. I don't think I show all of them, but you're going to want to look in those because I seem to have a very similar success rate between those and the bosses themselves for getting the new legendary items as well as legendary fragments. So you're going to need a lot of those. Here's our first boss. He is the Relic Hunter Foreman. He's not much of a boss to write home about. I kind of just let Lu Fei take care of this one for me. But he looks pretty cool. Seems like he's found a few relics in his time. A lot of new character models, fighting mechanics, cool stuff in this one. The weapons that come from this dungeon and the armor, I haven't gotten to use them a whole lot yet, but they just based off of the numbers, they seem pretty solid. I am a strength build sorcerer, and I use the aspect of the wolf and the Great Wolf chest piece. And the Anvil Keeper armor set is actually pretty close, pretty comparable. I mean, you got like 100 difference on the chest piece for armor, but from what I've seen, each piece gives you +5 strength damage, which I don't get from this armor set that I use. Now, you will need a bow in the following section. I've never brought one because you can get them off of the relic hunters here, like I get right there. Not every one of them drops one, so if you're okay taking a minute to maybe a few minutes, taking out extra NPCs just to get a bow, then be like me. If not, be prepared. Don't be like me. We go into this next area and we'll have our first puzzle. Some more relic hunters, and you'll see that there's 3 statues. The order that you bring them, you activate them, these gears up on the top of the room. You activate them and you have to find out which one is associated with which statue, and then activate the statues in order of how many swords they have. So this one is associated with the guy that has 1 sword on the far side there. And this one, nope. This one is going to be the middle, which has 2 swords. And then this one, our last one, is going to be the 3-sword guy. So that opens up our gate. This is actually an optional path, but it leads to our second boss. So I would recommend going this way just to get everything you can out of the dungeon. Now, as we climb up here, there's going to be a box on the left and on the right. They should have water orbs in them. I didn't grab them because I make life very hard on myself, but water orbs can help you a lot in this next fight with the second boss, the Water Scion. Not the Water Scion, the Withered Scion. Gosh, man. What are you, new? This is a fun one. It's a lot stronger than it looks because I've fought in Warmaker, that undead dragon, and this guy Yeah, he's a lot tougher. The bosses in this dungeon are very cool. They have like phases and different mechanics. So once we get this guy down to a certain level of health, he's going to change colors like this, and he's going to start shooting hocking loogies of fire all over the place. This is where your water orbs will be really helpful if you are to use them. You don't have to, as you'll see, I don't use them, but if you throw a water orb on any of those patches of fire on the ground, it'll extinguish it. I've also thrown orbs at him, and I don't know if it was the orbs or the amount of health that I brought him to, it made him go purple. I don't think he turns purple in this fight where we're taking him on. At least I don't remember him turning purple, but we'll see. Okay, no, yeah, no. Is he purple? No, I think he's blue. But yeah, he'll do that a few times. Spit up the flame, and bring something to harvest the materials from the scion once you do defeat it. I don't do it here. I really came ill prepared, but when I did harvest, I got like 72 dragon powder, which was pretty dope. And your normal dragon bits like the bones and all that jazz. Got a skeleton key as well. Always got to have them skeleton keys. From what I've seen, there are not any chests that require skeleton keys in this dungeon. So, not super fun. You see all the loot I got off of that guy. Only a legendary fragment. Now there's a chest in the back of the room. That actually had the Anvil Keeper helmet or headdress. It's not always going to be the case, but make sure you check those chests as well as the bosses when you defeat them, because I've had very off and on luck in this dungeon. I've ran it several times, and you don't always get a weapon or a piece of armor when you complete it. I've gone through here and just gotten a handful of legendary fragments and a ton of potions. You'll get a lot of potions if you're looting everything. For good reason. Everything hurts. A lot. Make sure Luffy is feeling good. So I'm going to pause right here. This part you can actually skip for the most part. You'll see me make bad decisions as I always do, and I go kind of the normal path, go around, and we set off on Operation Rescue Luffy. But if you want to just blow through this, you can actually grapple or climb this wall on the right side and just kind of scale across to get over here where the next puzzle is. So you can kind of see me look at the wall like, maybe I should do that, and then I don't, and come to regret it. And yet I still try to go the fast way. Don't be like me. Yeah, you'll climb up this. Oh no, Luffy's down. We gotta save Luffy. Dun, da, 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 da. And now that we're fighting NPCs, we're gonna fight NPCs more. The larger skeleton guys are very often going to have legendary fragments. They don't always. Same with the chests. They don't always have something good, but a lot of the time they do. So if you want to farm those fragments, take out all the NPCs. I would not recommend this dungeon for leveling thralls. As you'll see, Luffy takes a heavy beating. uh, the first time I ran through here was with somebody, and his thralls, he was leveling them, they kept getting down. So bring someone that's pretty good. All right, we're at the second puzzle. It says number 3. What kind of dummy said that? So again, you're just going to shoot the 3 targets in order. If you're looking at the gears with the gate to your back, it's going to be middle, right, left. If I'm wrong, let me know. Everybody loves an active comment section. Make sure Luffy gets his electrolytes. You'll see me messaging people for a little bit here and there. We got PvP stuff going on. Again, would not recommend. I'm on a official PvP server, so would not recommend doing this dungeon during, your raid hours, because your thralls are going to be vulnerable if you've been defeated. Messaging friends. You're going to need to bring things into this dungeon. That's another one of the unique things. Like, you're going to need to bring in fragments of power. You're going to need to bring in legendary fragments. You're going to need to bring in any legendary item you want to repair. So bring a camel, pack your camel up with all that good stuff, and try to not do this dungeon during your server's raid hours. Because if someone takes you out, they can take out the camel. Boss number 3. Oh, that guy doesn't look too tough. Yeah, it's because he's not the boss. This guy is the boss. This is the anvil keeper, I believe. Yeah, kind of sitting here, and I am second guessing myself because this was the first time I tried it solo. I was very afraid. Kind of, well, all right, we're gonna try it. This guy is no joke. This guy is very tough. He's got different mechanics, and he switches weapons. So when he has the spear, he does this crazy, like, dimension door spear attack thing. It's really cool, but it hurts pretty bad. There, he did it again. And every now and then he will, so a few times throughout the fight, he will start healing himself. Like right there, he'll start healing. I just keep hitting him. Might be best to save your stamina. Now he's swapped over to the axes. I don't fully understand when this thing goes, because sometimes I take damage, sometimes I don't. Try to keep yourself at full health. If you take any damage, just try to heal up, because this guy does, he hits real hard. I'm just lucky that he's paying attention to Luffy more than me. Yeah, so he's going to heal himself again. He's going to switch weapons to the spear again. Now this, so it does 3 little ripples. You don't want the circle underneath you, or else what happened to me is going to happen to you. So try to get yourself in between the space of the rings when he activates those, or else you're going to take a lot of damage. Fall damage and the initial, hit. There he goes with his dimension teleporting spear craziness. Now yeah, he does his crazy thing again. I don't think it can hit you if you get close to him when he does that. I'm not sure if we see him pull out the greatsword in this fight, actually. Usually he goes through all 3 weapons. Yeah, jeez. That thing will chunk you. Like, if he wasn't focused on my thrall, just his normal attacks would have finished me off. Yeah, so it does look like when he does that 3 rings of Doom, if you stand close to him, they're not going to affect you. Okay, he's going to heal himself again. I believe this is the last time. Yeah. And then he's like, oh no, too much. I go boom. And all of that for a skirt and a spear. Very low durability on the weapons that you get most of the time. So in order to fix your legendary items, you're going to need 5 legendary fragments, which you'll likely get while you're in here. I think I've got 9, and 1 fragment of power. And that is going to be per item being repaired. So I've got, what, 3 items here? I would need 15 legendary fragments. So I did not collect enough for all of that. And you'll notice I don't have 3 fragments of power. So I can't repair anything. Don't worry, I did it later. So that's kind of what I'm getting at when um, saying like, yeah, maybe don't do this during your active PvP hours. But you jump down the well and it takes you back to the start, and that's about it. That is our new dungeon.